guys, so before I get into too much detail, let's do it like this first. This is Wrench. Wrench is a supporting character for Marcus Holloway in Watch Dogs 2. Now, before I actually speak on why I'm doing this theory video, this is actually something you guys are gonna really enjoy. Now, we all know this from watching movie sequels, video game sequels, and all that good stuff. There's never really a new start, because if a game is considered a sequel, it's always gonna have characters from the prior title. Now, the reason I say that is because I don't think Watch Dogs 2 is going to really, go over so well if it doesn't feature characters from the first Watch Dogs. So, without further ado, I'm going to explain to you who Wrench is possibly. Now, if most of you know this by now, as far as it is rumored that Watch Dogs 2 is actually a time skip, which is about, I would say, at least 7 or 8 years, if I'm not mistaken. But like I said, an unconfirmed rumor. Now, who I think Wrench is possibly is Jackson. Now, if you know who Jackson is, Jackson Pierce is Aiden Pierce's nephew, who in the beginning of Watch Dogs is grieving the death of his sister Lena, who died while in a drive-by shooting after fixers attempted to kill his uncle and his sister, but the resulting end was his sister's death. Now, before we get into the rest of the detail, I'm going to say this much. The last bit of information that we actually have on Jackson Pierce is the fact that he is mentioned in the Bad Blood DLC for PS4 and Xbox One, and in the audio log from Aiden that may have been found in Nikki's house, it is stated that Aiden doesn't know anything about what Jackson or his mother are doing except that they've changed their names and don't use the internet. He imagines Jackson as becoming a kid he used to be before Lena died, moving towards a much happier life, but he doesn't dare to find out because he doesn't want to risk putting them in danger again. So, that's a pretty decent set of information right there, because this means Jackson could have grown up, could be 17 or 18 years old right now, probably moved to California, and is now a part of DedSec because of the fact that he himself experienced being around a hacker, which in this case was his uncle. Now, with that being said, that's pretty much the biggest information thus far. Now, aside from that information, I really don't have much else to go with, but it seems from what I've seen about Wrench, it seems that his personality kind of matches that of Jackson's. So think about it like this. If it is in fact true that Watch Dogs 2 is a time skip, and it does come out that Wrench is actually the older version of Jackson, this will actually be pretty perfect, because not only does that mean that an indirect family member of Aiden Pierce, which means Aiden Pierce is assisting Marcus Holloway indirectly, and I feel like Jackson would be a pretty powerful hacker because of the fact not only did he move, change his name, all that good stuff. So not only did Jackson and his mother change their names, they don't use the internet. Wrench doesn't use the internet either. If you watch the trailer closely, he doesn't use the internet. So with that being said, that's a lot more information to go with too. But let me say it like this. I don't want to piss too many people off. If it does turn out that Wrench is Jackson, I would say his prime motivation for joining DedSec is probably because his mother probably died somewhere along the line, or if anything, it's probably because his mother was framed for a crime she didn't commit, or he was framed for a crime he didn't commit, and then this just leads to him meeting Marcus and their other female protagonists, who ends up being, his allies, and now he joined DedSec. And as what we've seen from the trailer, how good Wrench's mechanical skills are, I'm pretty sure he's had practice. And if anything, if it actually does come to fruition that this is, how he is or whatever, this is a much bigger thing than expected. And to top it all off, we know that the little robot that he is currently with or whatever, this just makes it believe even more, because check this out. If you check the Watch Dogs Wikia, it actually shows that it says Jackson actually has a love for technology, science fiction, and all that good stuff. Not only does Wrench have amazing mechanical skills and loves hacking, but he has his own robot known as Wrench Jr. So, aside from that, I would actually like to point this out as well. If you also check the Wikia for Wrench, it'll also say under his profession, the Gray Hat Hacker. Now, as we all know, back in Watch Dogs 1, Aiden Pierce was called the Gray Hat Hacker. And not only that, he also takes his profession as a vigilante as well. So check it. Look at all the details of that so far. That means he is not only this is a strong possibility that he is Jackson by pointing this out. He loves mechanics, loves science fiction. He changed his name from an unknown name and has not even brought it up so far. And on top of that, he happens to be a member of DedSec, much like and a very efficient hacker, much like his uncle before him. So if this actually does turn out that Wrench is in fact Jackson, I just already know that this is going to be a pretty good game. So if anything, alongside him, Sarita, and Marcus, I'm pretty sure, Satara, I'm sorry, not Sarita. I was thinking Walking Dead, my bad. But anyway, looking at it like that, this just means that we're going to get a very, very distinguished character, and depending on how they carry the story of Watch Dogs 2, I can only imagine how good this will be. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my theory. Remember, this is all in good fun. Nothing of what I'm saying is confirmed, and it's not even close to rumor. So just, this is all in good fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the links below. And feel free to follow me and also in the links below. I'll see you guys next time.